15%. Now that might just sound like a random number, but it's actually a massive target set by the Kenyan government under their bottom-up economic transformation agenda, or BETA for short. The big goal here? To literally double the manufacturing sector's contribution to the national GDP, taking it from roughly 7.6% all the way up to 15% by 2027. But, you gotta wonder, how exactly does a country rapidly scale its manufacturing capabilities from the ground up like that? Well, the answer actually lies in fundamentally changing how agricultural resources are handled right at the county level.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a seriously fascinating flagship initiative. It's called the County Aggregation and Industrial Parks, or CAIPs. We're going to explore exactly how these massive hubs are designed to take raw agriculture and totally transform it into a high-value manufacturing powerhouse, driving economic growth directly from the grassroots.
Okay, let's dive into this roadmap. First, we'll look at Kenya's agro-industrial vision. Then, building the CAIP's infrastructure. After that, we'll cover the SPV management model, followed by the CAIPs Technology Ecosystem, and finally, empowering farmers and investors.
Section 1, Kenya's agro-industrial vision and drastically reducing post-harvest losses.
So under Kenya Vision 2030, CIPs are basically the ultimate solution to a really huge problem. Historically, post-harvest losses in Kenya have hovered anywhere between 20 to 40%. That is a staggering amount of wasted food and lost income. The vision here is to aggressively drive that number down to under 5%. How? By providing structured storage and processing facilities right where the crops are actually grown. So instead of counties just exporting raw, unprocessed produce, things like coffee, dairy, potatoes, or macadamia, to other regions, they'll process, package, and brand them locally. By anchoring all this agro-processing right within the counties, the local economy actually captures and, more importantly, retains significantly more value.
Section 2. Building the CAIP's infrastructure. Co-funding the physical hubs.
Now, it's really important to realize that this isn't just some theoretical policy sitting on a desk somewhere. This is a massive, real-world construction effort rolling out right now across all 47 counties. It's backed by a 50-50 co-funding model between the national and county governments, with each side chipping in 250 million Kenyan shillings per park. You can actually see these expansive green and blue CIAP warehouses under construction. They are tangible, state-of-the-art hubs that feature cold storage, aggregation zones, and specialized manufacturing sheds. In places like Meru and Kirinyaga, they're already nearing completion and are totally poised to create thousands of jobs across local value chains.
Moving on to Section 3, the SPV management model, governing the industrial parks.
Okay, so building the physical bricks and mortar is one thing, right? But how do you actually run these giant industrial parks efficiently? Well, counties basically had a choice. They could go with a direct county government-operated model, which guarantees full public ownership, but let's be honest, often struggles with technical capacity and commercial agility. Or they could use the special purpose vehicle, or SPV model. And guys, this SPV model is absolutely the secret sauce here. It involves the county establishing a dedicated corporate entity whose sole job is to manage the CAIP. It gives the park autonomous, business-oriented agility while still strictly maintaining public accountability. So here's the crucial point. How does this SPV actually get the support it needs to run? Well, it's all based on a tripartite memorandum of understanding that perfectly distributes the responsibilities to bring the CAIPs to life. First, you have the county government, which provides the land and the master infrastructure. Then you have Kenyatta University stepping in to provide academic research, lab testing, and incubation facilities. And finally, acting as the technological engine to actually implement and operate the CAIPs is Kendex PLC. Kendex is strategically located right at Kenyatta University, and they provide all the master technology integration for the SPV. It's a really brilliant setup.
Section 4. The Kendex Technology Ecosystem, turning physical warehouses into smart hubs. Because the SPV model relies so heavily on technology to turn these physical warehouses into interconnected, smart business hubs, Kendex provides what's called a one-stop shop, or OSS. What's really interesting here is how it brings together the academic and talent hub and the super admin governance panel. Basically, this system integrates municipal, county, and national regulatory bodies all into a single digital platform. For an investor or a local business, this is a total game changer. It means regulatory permits can be cleared in just 48 to 72 hours, completely removing those traditional bureaucratic bottlenecks that slow everything down.
And that brings us to Section 5, empowering farmers and investors, the ground-level impact.
So you might be wondering, how does all this sophisticated technology and governance structure directly impact the people who actually matter most on the ground? Let's walk through the Kendix Warehouse Receipting System, or WRS, step by step. First, a farmer's produce arrives at the CIP and is automatically weighed. Second, Kenyatta University technicians perform rapid 20-minute quality lab tests. Third, a digital goods receipt note is issued, which locks in the grade and weight. And step 4? Well, this is the real game changer. That digital receipt literally acts as collateral. Farmers can instantly present it to partner banks via the platform to unlock immediate working capital loans, long before their goods are even processed or sold.
But Kendex's technology support for the SPVs goes way beyond just storage. They actively help scale these businesses. For instance, their Export Accelerator program consolidates smallholder outputs into export scale volumes so they can actually reach major global markets like the EU and AGO. On top of that, they have an investment-based crowdfunding platform that vets local MSMEs, allowing diaspora and retail investors to fund much-needed equipment and capital. And it's super secure because automated escrow accounts ensure that repayments are linked directly to the sales process right within the CIAP's own systems.
I really want to emphasize why all of this matters and what you should take away from this explainer today. At the end of the day, the whole shebang, the SPVs, the Kenyatta University labs, the Kendex software, it all exists to stabilize prices for the farmers who grow crops like this thriving sorghum. It effectively cuts out those exploitative middlemen and builds a predictable, lucrative, structured market system that finally actually rewards local labor.
This is just a monumental shift in how agricultural economies function at the local level. We are talking about transforming rural areas into highly connected industrial zones. So the final thought I'll leave you with is this. With the infrastructure rising and the technology actively being deployed, is your county ready for the agro-industrial revolution?